A new test just revealed that OpenAI and Anthropic models went on a hacking spree. Apple is claiming that even more ex-employees may have given trade secrets to OpenAI. And Texas's governor ordered an audit of new data centers after realizing over 400 gigawatts of power is a lot. It's Wednesday, August 5th, and here's a quick look at some of the news happening in the sphere of tech this morning from Engadget. Both OpenAI and Anthropic recently admitted that their models escaped from their testing environments and hacked into outside organizations on their own. And now, the UK's AI Security Institute has released a report detailing how the company's models also acted independently and engaged in sustained, potentially harmful activity directed at real people and organizations during its own tests. The Institute, which operates under the UK's Department for Science, evaluates frontier AI models. Now, part of those evaluations is to see whether they can be misused for cyber attacks. As such, the Institute deliberately tests them under permissive conditions with access to the Internet and even with some safeguards disabled. The models did not exploit vulnerabilities to access the Internet this time, but they did act beyond the scope of their testing parameters. Now, to be particular, the incidents took place during a single test that challenged AI agents to solve a cybersecurity problem. The Institute ran the test 122 times across several models, and it found irregularities in 10 of those runs. Of the 19 instances the Institute found wherein an agent went rogue, Anthropic's Mythos 5 was responsible for 17, while OpenAI's GPT 5.6 Sol was involved in 2. The Institute found out that the models were acting on their own and engaging in harmful activities on the morning of July 28th, when its security monitoring system flagged data leaving its testing environments through Tor. Its testers quickly reviewed the model's activities and discovered the incidents, which occurred between July 25th and the 28th. In the most notable case, an AI agent tried to inject malicious code into an open-source GitHub project as part of a supply chain attack. It resorted to social engineering techniques, researching the project's human maintainers, and then creating multiple sock puppet accounts to get one of them to approve the code. After a human reviewer denied its request, the agent edited its earlier activity and adopted a new identity to continue. It was because the agency used Tor to bypass GitHub's restrictions that the Institute was notified about its activities. The agent also tried to contact real people directly by sending them messages or files, persuading them to run malicious code. Some of those messages and files carried malware, while others were attempts at social engineering. One agent even left public messages on GitHub, inviting other agents stumbling upon them to work on the same challenge. It left instructions on how to reuse the accounts and other output it had left behind to continue its activities. Other agents did discover those messages later and followed the instructions in them. The AI Security Institute explained in its post that the AI agents were never given instructions to act in a deceptive behavior. But in searching for ways to solve difficult problems, some of the solutions they found involved deceiving real people. The Institute admits that agents could be forced to be more creative when tasked to solve near-impossible issues. However, it argued that it does not fully explain the behaviors of the agents it was testing. In some of the instances, it discovered the agent went straight to choosing the harmful way to accomplish the task, even when it had the instructions on how to solve it as intended. The Institute clarified that there are no clear indications that the same activity would occur outside of testing scenarios at the moment. It also cannot say whether the AI agents were aware that they were acting in the real world, so to speak, and not in a testing environment anymore. Apple has claimed that even more former employees may have given trade secrets to OpenAI. That's according to a report by TechCrunch. The company is seeking a preliminary injunction in its case against OpenAI, which would stop the AI company from moving forward with the development of any devices that are suspected of being based on Apple's technology. Apple is requesting expedited discovery to get to the bottom of things. The company had already accused Shang Liu, a former senior system electrical engineer, and Tong Yu Tan, a former VP, of sharing trade secrets with OpenAI. Now, Apple claims that an internal investigation has revealed 11 other former employees that may have been witness to or directly involved with the suspected shenanigans. This, along with the request for expedited discovery, seems to suggest that the company has new evidence pointing to misconduct. Apple says another former employee met with Shang Liu ahead of an interview at OpenAI and discussed with them during that meeting Apple proprietary information relating to unannounced products. The filing also states that yet another former Apple employee took screenshots of confidential Apple documents relating to an unannounced Apple product before an interview at OpenAI. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has ordered that Texas utility commissions must conduct a review of any proposed new data centers in the state. In response to the order, the Public Utility Commission of Texas and the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, or ERCOT, must collect information about potential new data centers' ownership and finances, as well as their planned power needs, water use, and approach to minimizing the negative impact on residents. According to third-party statistics, Texas is home to 521 data centers. That is currently the second most in the country, behind only Virginia. On top of the existing power demands of those centers, ERCOT is currently reviewing more than 474 gigawatts in requests to connect to the state's electric grids. Now, the governor's office said more than 90% of those requests stem from data centers, adding that unprecedented load growth could endanger the reliability and stability of the Texas electric grid. Now, we've already seen measures aimed at limiting or outright prohibiting data center construction at the federal, state, and city level. Given the concerns about resource use and drains on existing infrastructure, data centers have proven deeply unpopular among many U.S. citizens. Thanks for listening. There's a lot more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Mariella Moon, Lawrence Bonk, and Anna Washenko. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.